Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Welcome back. And those of you that are new, welcome. Karl Rove predicts polls tighten between Trump and DeSantis as Florida governor enters scene, frontrunners fade. He's trying to say that the poll numbers are going to, between DeSantis and Trump, are going to get a lot closer. And that's true. But before I get into the nuts and bolts of it, I want to make clear that this is a very unique case. He's going to make a case for the front runners before have faded. Hillary Clinton comes to mind, thank God, and others as well. Look at Jeb Bush. He was pretty high up there in the polls, if I remember, in 2016. But the difference is this time, Trump has been president before. There's only been one instance in American history, to my knowledge, is Grover Cleveland has skipped a term and has re-entered the White House. So I think this is a unique case. But let's read on, and I'll give you my opinion of why I think DeSantis is making a mistake for himself and, more importantly, for the country. I think it's going to hurt the Republican Party. I think it's going to hurt DeSantis. I think it's going to hurt Trump a little. But like I said, more importantly, the country, I think, will be hurt. An average of polls from the Real Clear Politics shows Trump has a 37-point lead. Well, it's great to have that lead, but it doesn't mean much with a year out. And you have no idea what Democrats, district attorneys, and municipalities have for President Trump as they try to get him more and more on nickel, dime, total bull. It's just the way it is. Nobody can predict the future. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is set to formally enter the 2024 presidential primary field Wednesday, announcing his bid for the White House on Twitter. Now, it's around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In about 2 hours, he's supposedly going to make his announcement on Twitter. I'll try to catch some of that. DeSantis is largely seen as the biggest contender for the GOP nomination next to the former President Donald Trump. But critics say the governor has his work cut out for him to win the nomination. Well, they always do. Right from the start, he's going to be the target. Fox senior political analyst Juan Williams said Tuesday, I really don't care what Juan says, but this time he may be right. He's already the target for President Trump as his number one rival. He's a big difference in the polls, but he is the number one alternative. Now, we all know Trump's M.O., and I'm going to say up front, I am a big Trump supporter. Make no bones about it. I say it freely and clearly. Fox News contributor Guy Benson argued DeSantis has to be strategic in running his campaign because he wants to appeal to a large swath of Republican voters and Trump supporters. Here's the thing. If by some weird circumstance Ron DeSantis gets the GOP nomination, I'm not sure if Trump will endorse him. He may be forced into it, doing a half-ass endorsement just to be the perception of party unity. I will vote for DeSantis. I will vote for anything over Joe Biden. Anything. Don't waste your vote, folks. Don't waste your vote. Your vote, people. There's a lot of people laying in cemeteries that gave you the right to do that. Do not waste your vote by not voting. Now, having being said, I think the Biden people know they have internal polling. They know that as of this moment, they have a better chance against Ron DeSantis of winning. The Biden people know that Trump is a loose cannon, but he's a known commodity. They know Trump is going to go after DeSantis and the rest of the field like he did last time. If you remember 2020, he didn't have a primary field. Maybe this is a Trump's advantage. I don't know. But the Biden people, my opinion, my gut tells me that they know they have a better chance of beating Ron DeSantis than Donald Trump. That's why they're pushing so hard on these trivial crap, absolute nonsense civil suits. He's got to stand trial next spring. It's ridiculous. And then there's a thing in Georgia about supposedly trying to I can't use the right words here, but do something in the election that's supposed to be unlawful, blah, 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 because they know Trump is a bigger threat to them. And even more importantly, President Trump is a bigger threat to the deep state, especially the DOJ, the FBI, the CIA. I mean, we have a nephew of John F. Kennedy, my hero when I was a boy, that comes right out and says that certain, I can't use the words because this website will crush this video, that certain aspects in the government did something to his uncle. Can't say it out loud, and says it freely, and people believe it. I think there might be something true to it too. This is a deep state that needs to be swept clean, or as best as you possibly can. And the only candidate that can do that is Donald Trump, because he has that revenge mentality. And sometimes revenge is a good thing. Let's read on. An average of polls for the Real Clear Politics in April 21st through May 18th found former President Trump holding a commanding lead over the rest of the 2024 field by nearly 37 points. Trump is first for GOP voters' 2024 preference at 56.3%, and DeSantis is close to 20%. Former Vice President Pence at a little over 5%. Republican strategist Karl Rove said the Trump campaign shouldn't go out beating the drum how far the former president is ahead in the polls, because they're going to tighten once voters find out about more of their candidates. Now, my opinion as well, Tim Scott just jumped in. As you can see here, there's a bunch of candidates. The more candidates, the better. And I'll tell you what I mean. When I say better, I mean better for President Trump. It's because of the fact a lot of these people that are coming in are going to peel off some percentages and poll numbers from Ron DeSantis. You're not going to get hardcore Trump people or people that believe in Donald Trump to go for Tim Scott or any of the other ones. Those people that are going to peel off are going to peel off in the DeSantis poll numbers. That's my opinion, and that's what my gut tells me. We're lucky to see the polls sort of close a little bit over the next couple of months. There could be big changes, comparatively big changes by the time following the debates. That's the other thing. Democrats won't have a debate. They're scared to death to put Joe Biden on stage with Williamson and Kennedy, and might be 2 or 3 others after that. They're scared to death of it, especially Kennedy. Even I do have to say, though, I like some of the things Kennedy says, but it's hard to listen to him talk because of his voice, and that's not his fault, and that's not a criticism. That's just a shame how that worked out. But remember, at this point in 2008, Rudy Giuliani was way ahead, and so was Hillary Clinton at this point in 2008. In 2012, 3 days before the Iowa caucuses, Newt Gingrich was ahead. You know, we've seen the front runner, and admittedly, President Trump is not the normal front runner. That's right, because he's a former president. But we've seen the front runners fade when people get to know more about the other candidates in the race and find somebody else more attractive. People that have made up their minds about Trump have made up their minds. You're not going to peel off many. It's not going to happen, because Trump, whether you love him or hate him, or whether this is a good or bad thing, is a very well-known commodity. DeSantis, a little bit better than the rest of the field, but not nearly as well-known commodity as Trump. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Now they're saying here about the baby boom generation. There's a great deal of dissatisfaction with the notion that the best America can do is nominate a 78-year-old and 82-year-old for the toughest job in the world. That takes a lot out of anybody who has it. Take a look at the photos of these men when they came into office and when they left. And he mentions George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and Barack Obama. They have changed. But you notice, though, he doesn't say Donald Trump has changed. I think the guy is tremendously stress-proof. Maybe it's because of his history in real estate development, which is incredibly stressful, I can imagine, or just the way he carries himself health-wise. He's never smoked. He's never drank. No drugs. I mean, the guy's as far as physically clean as they come. So DeSantis is going to officially announce he's a candidate for president Wednesday, which is today, at 6 p.m. Eastern time during a conversation with Elon Musk. So as we speak, I had the dates wrong, or the time wrong. He will be announcing on Twitter. Now I'm going to try to go to that and get some footage or at least report on it. So there you have it, folks. Another one to jump in. I think the more the merrier. The more people in, the more Donald Trump has a chance of winning the GOP nomination. We're going to see how Trump and Trump's people handle it and DeSantis people handle it. That's going to be a determining factor. But if you remember something, Kamala Harris, during the debate stage, said right out, straight out, without even implying anything else, that Joe Biden was a racist. And just a few weeks later, she was his running mate as vice president. So take it to heart. Don't let it get to you, the back and forth. These guys are pragmatists. They always have been. They always will be. If Trump wins the nomination, he'll probably take DeSantis. If not, I'm sure who he'll take. We'll have to find out and see. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.